Gemini, welcome to your full moon in Libra reading for April 6, 2023. Your theme for the next 2 weeks is the Wheel of Fortune. Full moons will close out a cycle for you. So let's see what's being closed out. With the Wheel of Fortune, though, this talks about cycles and karma and destiny and a change of luck, fortune, the unexpected, because life is a gamble. So you don't know. You don't know what's going to happen. You do have cooperative efforts, though, because there's a little ant on the table in your reading. So I'm going to add him to the collective energy. So I do feel like there's collaborative efforts. Even though he's singular, maybe you're looking for partners in an effort to collaborate. That's possible. Okay, so what is being closed out for you is the Seven of Swords. This is strategizing. He's removing those Seven of Swords from the enemy camp so they can't be used against him. Very smart and very sneaky. But that this is things going on behind the scenes. And 7 is associated with Uranus, which is surprise, right? Surprise, and that goes well with the Wheel of Fortune. Unexpected. And you have the Death card with that, so it is the end of a situation. So that's exactly what we're looking for. We're looking for the end of this particular cycle, transforming the cycle and bringing in something new. 10s always end a situation, which is the Wheel of Fortune. 10 always ends a situation while beginning something new simultaneously. And the Death card is about transformation. So we are strategizing on how to transform something here. And this is your luck, this is your destiny at this moment. The Death card is associated with the sign Scorpio. So transformation, purifying energy. 7 of Swords, swords are mental, so there's a mental strategy going on here. You have another 7. Wow. 7 is the number closest to God, and that is because it's associated with the Chariot card, and the Chariot card is able to see both sides of a situation and reconcile two opposing forces. So you have 2 7s. There is sort of a reconciling of a situation going on here. And the 7 of Wands can be, now this is interesting because here you're trying to strategize, or somebody is trying to strategize this situation out. Now this situation is people who are coming at you, right? They're coming at you and you feel like you need to defend yourself. And again, it's unexpected, and it's unexpected because he's very disheveled, right? He's got 2 different pairs of shoes on. He had to run out of the house real quick like. So it could have been something quite unexpected. Now, the interesting thing about this, and remember what I said, 7 is closest to God. It's a highly spiritual number. And this individual, or you, are standing on higher ground here, right? You can't even see these people, just the top of their stick. And so that means you're standing on higher ground. Now, if there's competition around you and you've strategized on how to make yourself stand out, it probably worked. And this also means that if there is competing people for a position, chances are you get it. With that, you have the 6. I'm waiting for that ant to move along. You have the 6 of Pentacles. The 6 of Pentacles is a card of balance. It is the card of give and receive in a balanced way. So there is some competition here, somebody is probably trying to help you out, or you're trying to help somebody else out with this Six of Pentacles, but you want it to be fair, right? And also, because you have the scales there, you want to keep a light heart. But this is definitely a charitable card. It's give and receive. It can be medications. So this card can also say that if you are trying to purify, you may want to, right, with the death card, you may want to check out medications and make sure, and supplements and vitamins and anything you're putting into your body, and making sure that everything is playing nice together. So you may want to check with a practitioner. Especially, and I'm going to say, especially if you have high blood pressure. We'll get more on this in a minute. I think there's more there. So you have the Moon card as a result. Things may not be completely apparent. The Moon kind of gives a strangeness, a fogginess. You can't quite nail down that feeling or the answer. It's ambiguous, the Moon. But it also brings up deep subconscious fears and insecurities. And you can be quite intuitive and psychic with the Moon energy. So pay attention to your intuition, feelings, thoughts that come up, especially around water. So when you're in the shower, on the toilet, brushing your teeth, that sort of thing. Yeah. With the Hermit card, you can get information. So this is the accumulation of your experience, of knowledge, digesting that, coming to conclusions, and I got to be honest with you, though, I do feel confusion here. I get a little bit, how do I want to say this? Lightheaded. Kind of like a spinning energy, right? That could have something to do with blood pressure, though. That's very possible here for somebody. That's not something I normally would say. So if you are, definitely get that checked out. But the Hermit is, in this case with the Moon, I think the Moon is definitely going to affect you. And I think you may feel like you want to be on your own, or you could feel a little bit lonely or alone in this situation. Like you kind of have to fight your own battle and you have no one to lean on. That could just be a feeling, but, may or may not be true, but that's how you feel or how you can be feeling. Not everybody, obviously. The Hermit card is knowledge, it's wisdom, but it's the accumulation of wisdom after you've had the experience, after you've looked for that information. So it's gathering information, digesting it, and when you have it, you can come out and you can help other people with it with the Hermit card. But there is this feeling of isolation. And it's very possible that you do that yourself. You take yourself out of a situation to kind of figure it out. All right, let's get some more. I do think that your intuition can be very, very strong, though, if you listen. And Gemini is it's a very practical sign. So it may not be something that you do normally, but it can come. I mean, I would pay attention to your dreams. Maybe a dream journal would be a good idea for you for the coming 2 weeks. And especially if there's something that you remember, there's something very profound in a dream, definitely write it down. Okay, you have the Four of Swords here. So this is a feeling of, again, kind of removing yourself from a situation. This is non-action, right? It goes well with death, but it's strange with the Seven of Swords, because the Seven of Swords is taking action, but it's to It's a bit of a, it's a bit of a secretive card. Like I said, things are going on behind the scenes with the Seven of Swords that you're unaware of, possibly, and that's the Wheel of Fortune, right? It's like um, unexpected. And so you could be sort of in a resting mode, and then something happens that kind of puts you into this feeling of, oh wow, now I have to get onto this. I have to do something. But this is also going well with strategizing, because this can be that you are planning something and at the proper time you'll take action on it, right? Okay, so we're purifying, or we are finishing up something here with the Death card and making new plans for something new. Interesting. You could definitely be in need of some mental rest or some physical rest, right? And then while you're resting, doing some mental planning. That's also possible. And like I said, at the right time, you pick up that fourth sword and you move on something. Okay, you do have an offer. This is kindness, right? This is a very generous, kind energy. But I kind of want to see why you feel like you have to defend, or maybe, you're defending, maybe it's very possible that you're defending somebody else um, who doesn't have that ability to do it themselves. That's also very possible here. Because this is defense mode, and you definitely in defense. And with that Knight of Cups, it's a kind offer. It comes from the heart. Okay, Nine of Swords. Well, the planets are definitely at play here, especially with the Moon card. I would check your astrology. Find out what the new moon in Libra is doing through some good astrological YouTube sites. One of them would be Radiant Reality. Another is Astrolata and Astrology with Heather. I think those three are very, very good, very insightful, concise, and they each bring something interesting to the table where astrology is concerned. I say that because she's under a blanket of stars, right? These are all the symbols of the 12 zodiac signs plus the moon, the sun. In any case, your planets are represented there. And this can be, the 9 is, here's the problem with the Hermit and the 9 of Swords. This is an energy of doom and gloom. The Hermit, well, the frequency of 9 is wisdom, but when it goes negative, it's doom and gloom. And the Moon, the Hermit, and the 9 of Swords tell me that your energy can take a turn to the difficult, I want to say. You're just not seeing things clearly just yet. But please don't go into the doom and gloom mode. This can also just be that you have trouble sleeping, right? The moon could be keeping you up, so it could be that easy. It doesn't have to go into the doom and gloom, and it doesn't have to because, it's Gemini, right? They're usually a more lighthearted energy. Well, I would say, I don't want to say superficial, and I don't think that's the proper word, but it is surface, okay? And this energy brings you deeper into your emotions, and you may feel uncomfortable there. And so this can cause some discomfort, and that can get your mind racing with the 9 of Swords, right? You're overthinking things. But you need a rest. I want to get one more for that. Yeah. Well, the Justice card is asking you, right? We're looking at two scales here. And that's kind of what I had said earlier. Keep your emotions, keep your heart light. The Justice card means that things will come out fair, right? It's a fairness with the Justice card. Now, again, the Justice card always reminds me of the Egyptian Book of the Dead, where you weigh your heart against a feather, and if your heart is as light as a feather, you get to move on, and if it isn't, you have to kind of redo the situation. It can be that somebody is being sneaky, right? And this brings an end to a situation where you kind of have to then rethink things. That can be for a few people. But things come fair, and I like that with the Justice card, and also with the Wheel of Fortune, because the Wheel of Fortune is if you are at the bottom, you move to the top. If you're at the top, you move to the bottom, but the wheel keeps going, right? It's a perpetual cycle. And so this too shall pass. Not the nicest thing to say, but it's the truth. And the Justice card says there will be fairness. So don't over worry, don't overthink. Understand that things will become fair. This can be people who are dealing with the law or something in the court system. Something like that could have you thinking. I think that's what I kind of feel here with this, right? Somebody's being a little bit sneaky about situations, and you have to fight for your right, but it'll come fair. There'll be a fair outcome. Meaning the punishment fits the crime. Fair is fair. So if you are clean, right? If somebody's doing sneaky to you, then they'll get theirs. Justice is karma, and so is the Wheel of Fortune, which is more like destiny, but it's karma as well. Okay. I will also say this with the Justice card: what you give, you receive. Okay? And you give. I see here that you're giving, right? You're receiving kind. Okay, let's see what Spirit wants you to know. I was just about ready to sign off, but I think this is an important card. You have the Eight of Wands. That's a nice card. I like that. Things are moving. There can be quick decisions. There can also be panic with the Eight of Wands. There's an acceleration. Things get moving. A regeneration of some sort. Air travel is possible because there's travel here. And possibly the need to slow down. Okay? But it is my law of attraction card, so what you think about, you bring about. And that's the Justice card for me as well, right? Where you put your thoughts is what you get. So don't be afraid, okay? Use your wisdom. Don't be afraid. All right. Thank you for listening. I wish you the best of luck. You have it with the Wheel of Fortune and the Justice card. And take care of yourself. I'll be back in 2 weeks with a new moon reading, and I do dailies. All right. Thanks for listening. Be well.